Howdy there, figured I'd give you a little review on my Toyot Proxies R888Rs. So these are double R's and triple eights. So anyways, coming from a guy that always ran Pilot Super Sports, wants to compare those up against these Toyots. I am halfway through these Toyots and I'm very pleased with them, okay? Hear me out so you guys don't get confused. For my reviews, compared to other drag radials, these over-exceeded a lot of guys, and I'm very happy with them. I'm happy, and so are other guys, so we're all happy with these tires. But comparing them to the Pilot Super Sports, these do give up some territory that actually mean a lot to me. So as far as, like, anyone that's dealt with these kind of tires, you know, when it comes to rain, they get a bit sketched out, you know, and I'm here to tell you that I have not had any negative experience with them because I was always cautious, you know, with heavy rain and stuff. But they have blown me away with traction because I expected crap for traction on wet surfaces. They hook up really well, guys. You got nothing to worry about from that aspect. Now, aspect of road noise, they are loud, and that's where I'm getting pushed to put my next set's going to be Pilot Super Sports again, because the ride's a little softer. You could cross that out. No one really cares about it. I mean, it doesn't bother me a whole lot. It's the noise that bothers me. As I'm wearing these down, as I said, I'm 50% down with them, through them. They're getting louder and louder, and that's annoying me. Now, as far as life, I am not expecting anything more than 6,000 miles out of these set of tires. I have not done a single day of track, so that should put it in perspective for y'all. What do I do on my Pilot Super Sports? I do 10,000. This is like rule of thumb. 10 to 12 when I got lucky, but 10,000 is what I got out of my Pilot Super Sports. So I covered the life, you know. Toyo does 6, Pilots do 12. And I'm talking max case scenario here, so that's double. Now, road noise, Pilots are quieter. As far as traction goes, for a guy that has a, you know, long tube header, 77 clutch pulley, you know, has some cooling mods on his car, this car with these tires still can't handle first gear. I'm not gonna get into a whole lot of detail, but if these things are well, you know, warmed up and properly warmed up and all that good stuff, you could roll into first gear respectively. You just can't, like, do a quick roll in and expect it to stick like it's on glue. And it definitely has second gear. Like, you could trip the traction control in second gear, but you ain't lighting them up in second gear like you could on the Pilot Super Sports. Like, I was always driving like I had an egg under my throttle. You know, it was just like I was always on the edge with the Pilot Super Sports when we're talking first and second gear, and the third gear was solid. So that's my experience. Pilot Super Sports, first gear, you're really careful. Second gear, you got to be careful too. With these, you don't worry about second gear at all. I mean, I'm talking about these Toyos. You don't worry about second gear at all. You still, as I mentioned, you still will trip the traction, but just shut it off, whatever. It lets you for 5 seconds to spin it before it kills power, so you're in the safe zone there. But then it's first gear with these tires. As I mentioned, you still can't just and expect it to stick and not light them up. So anyways, that's my little review. My next set of tires are going to be back to Pilot Super Sports, considering that this thing is 80% street and about 20%, you know, hot rodding it pretty hard on it, and a little bit of track. You know, I've done 3,000 miles on these tires. I'm halfway through them, and this Friday is going to be my first time making it to the track, so drag racing. So there you have it, a little review. For guys that are looking for more traction, this is the upgrade from the Pilot Super Sports. And why am I not going with another set of these? Is their life in noise. I should say noise in their life. And then the fact that I'm sketched out by all the reviews, how guys wreck their cars and drag radials. It's not the case on this. This has never let me down, never sketched me out. But, you know, you always want to be careful. You don't want to wreck your car and then consider it. Not consider it before you wreck your car. So anyways, guys, that's it. On the note of that, I'm going back to Pilot Super Sports. Not because they're a whole lot better car. They just are a whole lot better tire. They're just better suited for daily usage is what it comes down to. If your E55 is a weekend warrior, then these definitely are the tires you want. And if it's just a track car, forget it. Just go to full-on slicks, you know, as common sense serves you. Anyways, y'all behave. Have a mighty fine day, and hopefully I helped some of you fellas out. Bye.